Two of the biggest IT programs in operation at the Pentagon may have cyber survivability issues. According to the Office of Operational Test and Evaluation, the office's annual report cites the Defense Enterprise Office Solution and the Joint Regional Security Stacks programs in particular. Bob Bigman's founder of 2B Secure, former Chief Information Security Officer at the Central Intelligence Agency. Bob, I've been around a long time. I'm no expert, but I'm not sure I've heard the term cyber survivability before. What's that mean?
So it's a relatively new term, but the idea is since cyber availability didn't work and cyber resiliency didn't work, let's go with cyber survivability. And the idea is that you have ability, basically, if you have an incident, God forbid, like a SolarWinds type incident, that you have the ability to maintain availability of your services, network, and performance of your applications.
As you look through the work that the office did here and their comments about not just DEOS and JRSS, but overall, does this look to you like this is a mild concern just because it's a cloud solution and it's a .mil environment, or does it look to you like there's more than that, more to it than that?
Yeah, I think there's less here than, God love DOD. I think it's a wonderful organization with great people, and I'm proud to be a member of the country that they're defending. They don't do cloud very well, and frankly, it just seems to me that they're having a terrible struggle, be it JEDI, be it DSOS, whatever it is, that they can't get their hands around how to get there, how to deliver it, how to service it, and how to secure it. I think they're doing a reasonable job. Again, you have a lot of different partners, a lot of people in the, a lot of cooks in this kitchen coming up with their own way of looking at it. This is about change. Okay, we're changing the way we do compute from local to cloud. It's going to be difficult for very, very big organizations, and this is the biggest. And now we're seeing that actually in action. We're seeing this happen. But God love them. I think give them another 2-3 years, and I think we'll have some cloud computing across all of DoD.
So is this? It sounds like you're saying this is so difficult in any environment, it becomes infinitely more difficult in a DoD environment, and so maybe it's not that we shouldn't be surprised or concerned about these problems, but it sounds like they're almost to be expected.
Yeah, exactly. I've dealt with DoD for many, many years. It is the biggest organization, right? And human beings can only understand and comprehend a certain span of control and have certain competencies. This is very, very difficult. Multiple agencies, multiple competing themes, multiple competing requirements, and it just these things just take longer. Everything takes longer in DoD. You should not be surprised that cloud migration is not one of them. It just simply is.
What do we take away from that idea then and apply to JEDI as we learn that they're considering at least the possibility of ditching it and starting over to some degree?
Yeah, I find that very alarming. I'm not wild about that idea. I think they have to press on. Starting over again, without correcting both the political and technical problems of the initial JEDI, I think that's a big issue. I would rather them press on and frankly focus on what the specific contractual issues were that need to be addressed. I'm not wild about the idea of starting over.
From a security perspective, what can they do that they're not doing, or what should they stop doing that they're doing? Or is it really back to the complexity issue that we discussed earlier? Is this just hard and they have to keep plowing through?
Part of the complexity issue in DoD speak is measuring security. DoD wraps themselves around, they get themselves all wrapped up in this notion of how to measure security, whether you're doing it right, what level of testing. Here comes this new organization, not new organization, but the recent organization. So now you have to have survivability testing and threat-based penetration testing. This just adds to the complexity. My suggestion is, they go back to the basics. They measure it across what we've traditionally used as cyber hygiene, cyber security standards, which NIST has published, and just go at that and use those as a way of measuring cloud security. But they just seem to not want. They consistently snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory here.
The problems that are outlined in this work for the Joint Regional Security Stacks are not new. OT&E saying again, you should look for alternatives. That's a big deal, isn't it? I mean, they've invested a lot of time and a lot of effort into JRSS, and for OT&E to continually say now, you should find something else. That sounds like a really bad situation.
Yeah, and again, it's the complexity issue all over again, right? This is exactly what happens. They chose a very much Pentagon designed system that was providing services to a local command or local support organization in Washington, in the Pentagon, and tried to extrapolate that and apply it to the regional and specifically military combatant commands as a solution. Again, it's a failure of not understanding the requirements. It's a failure of not understanding the complexity. And frankly, another problem is they chose I think the wrong technology. They're basing the whole thing on MPLS. Frankly, MPLS is not the future. But this is part of the problem. When you have complexity, it takes longer. When you're dealing with technology, taking longer means you're going to probably end up with old, and dated technology. This is one where I might agree with them that they might want to look at starting this all over again.
Bob, thanks very much for coming on. Great to have you as always.
Sure. Thank you.